Wrestling fans, subscribe to this amazing channel by clicking on the bell below. And when you're done watching this, go ahead and like it. If you leave a comment, you can win a free t-shirt. Then do yourself a favor and go look at our amazing Patreon page for free with a 7-day trial. You'll see first-person experiences from a multitude of wrestling events over the past 20 years, along with videos that any action figure collector would love to see. Finally, you can catch up on all of our previous episodes at BWFpodcast.com. All right, let's go.
This is the BWF Wrestling Podcast. With your host and the leader of the BWF Nation, the Big Susan Little Bobber, the undisputed BWF champion, Aaron
BWF Nation, is time again for another episode of the BWF Wrestling Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. And speaking of joining us, he is your friend and mine. He is Canada's favorite media personality. He is, of course, G. Patrick Condon. Patrick.
Yes. Hello. We are here. We are starting with our new guy in the studio who is going to be hitting the sound effects when it's all said and done. Andrew, could you hit the applause button there for me, which would be... where is it? That's the most important one. It's right there underneath the Chronicles, right there. That, yes. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. So, Andrew is already the most skilled of all three of us on this show, but in the future, Andrew, we could go back to the background. In the future, this is going to be seamless. Now, Aaron, what am I supposed to be throwing to here? I'm sorry, just completely
it's okay. You can tell
just off.
It's all right. Tell the people what else they can find on our Patreon page and where they can find us on all the social medias.
Right. Okay, Bishop, please. You don't need to spoon feed me like that. We're on all social media. You go to @BWF Podcasts. On X is our primarily where we like to go and stir up stuff with a lot of hate speech. And then we'll go over to Facebook and we'll post about our favorite events. Then we'll go to Instagram where we have saucy photos, photoshops, and then TikTok where we are playing, well, you're going to play exclusive content over there? I don't know, maybe. But we will be playing exclusive content on the Patreon. We're going to have interviews like only Bish can do when Bish chit-chats. We will be doing punishments and predictions, I think, over there. What else are we doing over there on the Patreon? Really, this is more or less becoming a commercial for our Patreon, which is where the real show is going to be moving forward. Is that right, Aaron?
Absolutely. And above all else, you can catch the full show in its entirety early, whereas we're going to be clipping it, for our YouTube.
That's right. No more free shows. All right.
That's right.
We've been doing this. Have we been doing the video podcast as video for a year now? It must have been. We did the Edge and Christian one that I screwed up, and it was just you, and it cut to me here and there. Must be over a year. Now, I mean, we've talked about this a lot on the podcast. Doing a regular podcast and you get 3-4 months into that, you do an episode each week, it's unheard of, okay? We're elderly statesmen when it comes to podcasting. Video podcasting for a year, I mean, I would say we're legendary.
Every single week. We have not missed a week yet. I think we're doing pretty good.
Not missed a week. Went to WrestleMania. We went to Survivor Series last year. I mean, Bishop, you recently went to a show yourself, did you not?
Oh, I did this past Friday on SmackDown, and what a time. I got the ringsider package. I was 5th row. We are actually going to have a video released sometime this week whenever I get to uploading my footage. But yeah, we'll have that released sometime this week for everybody to see my experience. And it was awesome. I got to say, I had a fun time. Definitely worth the money.
For sure. And like a good businessman, you used that opportunity to promote this podcast, this precious baby of ours. You did the QR code with different levels of efficiency or whatever, but it was all about that YouTube plug that we have gotten interactions that only a week ago we could have only dreamed of.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's been crazy. As you'll see in the video that is released, I had a couple signs and they were clear as day on screen. One was during the Cody promo. I was all over that. The Giovanni, what's his name, entrance. I don't even know his name, but during his entrance, Vinci, I think so. Yeah. Got that QR code sign up there. And during the LA night, I even got to wave to you on camera, and that was
that's right. You did during your favorite LA night. So,
so that's good.
That was good for all of us. Yes, money well spent. And I mean, if anything, we got to keep doing stuff like that. It's just a great business idea. And maybe we could even charge people to do it moving forward to somebody else, for somebody else.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yes, pay them to promote us at shows. That's a really good idea.
Censor, Andrew, when you're working on this in post, censor my last sentence. Don't let the public know about our business ideas. I don't want these wrestling podcast fans taking them. But I do want them, this is not going to be a good transition like my last one was. I do want them to take a history lesson from us, though. And this week, Aaron, when we are chronicling what?
Well, Bad Blood is coming up. And what better time to chronicle the build-up to the original Bad Blood 1997 for the first Hell in a Cell match between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Personally, this is probably my favorite match of all time. This is my favorite time period of wrestling. This is going to be great. It's going to be a fun show to reminisce. Let's get to it.
Bishop, you have no idea the stuff that happens once that title card goes up behind the scenes.
I don't. I really don't.
Never know. You'll never know the magic, the panic. This is what it's all about, baby. Okay, Bad Blood 1997 inaugural. It's really thought of as a one-match pay-per-view. Heck of a match, nevertheless. But, Aaron, there was a bunch of other things happening there. Why don't you get us started? How do we get to Bad Blood 1997?
We are going to start at SummerSlam 1997, the main event between between Bret Hart and The Undertaker, with Shawn Michaels as the special referee. Of course, as we saw between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, with Seth Rollins as the referee at SummerSlam this year, who they tried to mimic and they paid homage to this match. We're going to see the finish here. Bret Hart, he attempts to spit at Shawn Michaels. Well, he did spit at Shawn Michaels. Got him pretty good. And then Shawn has a steel chair, and he goes to swing at Bret, but he misses, and he clocks The Undertaker in the head, as seen here. This, of course, would lead to Bret pinning The Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels would have no choice but to count the 1, 2, 3, as he had to call the match straight down the middle, or he would be fired. Bret Hart would retain the championship, and we would go on to Monday Night Raw the next night, where Shawn Michaels would turn heel. by turning on the crowd. The crowd was not happy about his actions at SummerSlam, and he had 2 words for him. But
What was it? Can we say it?
Actually, I don't know why. I don't know why I said that. There you go. We get some peace. It's too early for DX. But that being said, we do see the formation of DX during this time. SummerSlam was August the 3rd. August the 11th, we see the first time Triple H and Shawn Michaels would share the screen together. Shawn and Mankind would have a main event on Raw, and Triple H and China would interfere in that main event, attacking Mankind. The following week, we would see HBK and Triple H versus Mankind and The Undertaker. And DX will get DQ'd. Well, they will be known as DX. They will be DQ'd when they hit The Undertaker over the head with a steel chair again. Rick Rude joins the group, and The Undertaker, as seen here, is a bloody mess. Do you remember that chair shot? I remember. It was one of those chair shots that I'll never forget, man.
Yeah, I mean, and they don't do them anymore like that, and with good reason. Not to get sidetracked, but there was this past weekend on an AEW show a pretty controversial chair shot, let's say, unprotected headshot with the chair. What do you think about that?
I think it was obviously gimmicked, the chair, so I'm fine with it. It fell apart right away. I'm okay with it. But
Cool.
These chair shots, these ones back in 97, these are brutal.
Yeah, they weren't gimmicking anything at this point, and yeah. I mean, how is it? I mean, Undertaker's taken a couple of those, right?
Oh, he's taking a few, yeah.
Yeah, and he's dished some out too, for sure. But I mean, he's taken a couple of stiff ones. Yeah, because I mean, even when in SummerSlam, like he got wailed in the head with that. He doesn't seem any worse for wear. I don't know what the big problem is. Anyways,
anyways, yes.
Did we ever do? We never even did unprotected headshots when we were wrestling back in the day, did we?
No, we did unprotected wet floor signs.
Yeah, see,
to the head,
and it made a nice sound. It popped the crowds, and no psychological or any other kind of brain damage noted
that we know of
as of yet. I mean, we are 41 years old and doing a wrestling podcast.
So,
yeah. Hold on a second. Let's see. Do I got anything? Yeah. All right, go ahead.
So this
is what we do. We just throw in sound effects. Go ahead, Aaron. Sorry.
It's okay. The WWF would lead into the Ground Zero pay-per-view. Bret Hart would start a feud with the Patriot, while HBK and Triple H would have to face the wrath of The Undertaker. Shawn and Taker would have a one-on-one match, but it was the no contest. And because of this, we would get the first ever Hell in a Cell match. A cell designed to keep your enemies out and your opponent inside with nowhere to run. And as mentioned, this is probably my favorite match of all time, right behind Rock and Hogan at WrestleMania 18.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, the match at Ground Zero was just it was a bunch of interference and stuff like that. You can see Taker jumping over the top ropes here and stuff like that. It was just this is schmaz. So we head to Bad Blood. Look at this poster for Bad Blood. With Taker holding his own head. I never actually got the what is with Taker holding his own head like that. I
don't know. I always took it as like I always took it as like he was so crazy that he didn't care. Like you couldn't hurt him because he
was dead.
He was
dead, man.
He cut off his own head to. It doesn't make any sense when you examine it, but I thought it was like kind of supposed to be like a baller, like a insane move, like somebody that you can't hurt because they've hurt them. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe there was a couple of different posters done up where he was holding different people's heads, and then they settled on his. I think there was an HBK one. I think there might have been a Mankind one. Yeah, there was a couple, and then I think for whatever reason they went with Taker. Cool. But yeah, now that you point it out, it doesn't make any sense, does it?
No, not really. But on a sad note, though, for his pay-per-view, Brian Pillman was scheduled to wrestle Dude Love, but unfortunately he passed away earlier in that day, or that night earlier, I guess. It was the night before in Minnesota. So Vince had to reshuffle the deck, and he added 2 matches to replace this one.
Cool.
Yeah, and this is also Vince McMahon's last pay-per-view as an announcer.
Right, yeah. So, which is interesting because I always think of the Kane, that's got to be Kane, as being a JR line, but it's not. I think they re-recorded that or something, did they, after the fact for some stuff? Or
No, that's Vince. That's Vince saying that line. That's probably Vince's last great line as an announcer.
cool.
But yes, as we get on our way with the Bad Blood pay-per-view, as seen here, we have a 3-on-2 handicap match between the Nation of Domination, Rocky Maivia, Kama Mustafa, and D'Lo Brown versus LOD, the Legion of Doom. There is not a lot happening here since LOD weren't known for the in-ring work, but Kama was never very good, and D'Lo Brown was still green at this point. Rocky, he's still green as well. The fans, they were getting to him with the Rocky sucks chants. But yeah, this match broke down. Farouk ran down to distract the LOD, and Rocky got the pin with the yet-to-be-named Rock Bottom. Basically, it took 4 guys to beat LOD here because they were not going to job. Match was not very good. Moving on to Max Mini and Nova versus Tarantula and Mosaic. The midget match, the small people match. This was one of the matches that were added on due to Pillman's death. This was very basic. Max Mini getting some spots because he was the smallest guy in the match. But yeah, there's nothing of note here at all. He gets the pin and the win for the team. Moving on here, we are going to have a WWF Tag Team title match between the Headbangers and the Godwins with Uncle Cletus. I totally forgot about Uncle Cletus.
Did you? How could you do that?
Right. Did you know that Uncle Cletus was actually T.L. Hopper earlier in his WWE career?
Yeah, Teal Hopper was the plumber wrestler, was he?
Correct.
And what's his name? When I think of the uncle, I always think of Dutch Mantel for some reason, but it's not. Do you know who it is? Who it was?
What for? What, Uncle Cletus?
Yeah, like what's his shoot name?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah. But like it's Uncle Cletus on or not.
Get all your information here at the BWF podcast,
right,
guys.
yeah.
Stuff that you never knew, you didn't know. We are telling you. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's all right. Headbangers, they won the belts a month earlier at Ground Zero, which is a big deal because they were basically losers and jobbers up to that point. But the fans did like them because, they were against the norm. They liked Marilyn Manson. They were just, the counterculture kind of gimmick. The match had no flow, no crowd reaction, and no in-ring work. Godwins were not good. Headbangers were okay with the right opponents, but this was not one of them. The Godwins would win after an ugly power bomb. After that, we are going to get a video package showing all of the people that Steve Austin has given a stunner to while being pissed off about being injured. As you can see here, we have his stunner against Sergeant Slaughter. This is very good stuff back at the time because it was like a breath of fresh air to the WWF product. It was kind of getting kind of stale. But yeah, Steve Austin, man, he reignited something in the WWF product that will probably never be seen again. And next, he would come out for the match between Owen Hart and Farouk, which is for the vacant WWF Intercontinental title. Let's see. I think Ahmed Johnson was supposed to be in this match, but he got injured. So instead we get Owen Hart and Farouk, which is a heel versus heel match. Austin would end up helping Owen Hart get the win, which is kind of confusing to the fans, but it would make sense because Steve Austin wants to get his revenge on Owen for injuring him and take the Intercontinental title away from him. Next is another match that was thrown on because of Pillman's death. It is
Jeez, how long was that Pillman death? How long was that Pillman match supposed to be?
16 minutes. So the two combined matches were 16 minutes,
Okay.
including this one.
So they did the little person's match, and then what was this?
The DOA, Disciples of Apocalypse, Crush, Chains, and 8-Ball and Skull versus Los Boricuas, Savio Vega, Jesus Castillo, Jose Estrada Jr., and Miguel Perez Jr. One of the worst feuds in WWF history. They had multiple pay-per-view matches against one another, ranging from singles to 8-man tags, and they all sucked. This was no exception. Crush got the win with his backbreaker, and of course, this did not end this awful feud. But yeah, there you go. Nice. Second last match of the night, we see a flag match between Bret the Hitman Hart and the British Bulldog versus the Patriot and Vader. Crazy how the WWF champion didn't have a title match on the show, but regardless, as you can see here, the flags were placed on the ring posts. And despite the fact that the Bulldog was British, he did live in Canada. He was part of the match.
Yes.
Vader, not the most patriotic guy you think when it comes to America, but
no.
Here we are. This match kind of dragged. But the best part of this match was when a drunken fan decided to enter the ring to attack Bret Hart, I assume, and he got stopped for his efforts by taken out by security.
Wow.
Of course, that's always great.
This is another one, and we sort of talked about how this has been a thing in Bret's career, where it's like they put him in a feud with Jerry Lawler, they put him in a feud with Isaac Yankem, they put him in a feud with the Patriot Bob Backlund. Like they keep, I don't know why, but they kept booking him during his supposed
peak years.
Yes.
Crap
and these
angles,
bizarre, like they couldn't find anybody else. Like, where was Mankind? What was Mick Foley doing?
He was supposed to wrestle Pillman at this pay-per-view.
Oh,
but still,
right, yes, Dude Love. Well, there you go. Anyways, look, it's too late to rebook this. We're not doing a what-if scenario in Aaron Bishop's mind anymore.
No, we're done with those for now.
It was, when you think about how great 1997 was and how good Bret was, there's always this little part here where he gets bogged down with the Patriot, who was not good. The gimmick was ridiculous, and the matches were not great. And it's kind of like a bit of a sour note amongst the orchestral 1997.
I agree. Definitely a down spot in an otherwise fantastic year. That being said, the finish came with Hart beating the Patriot with a roll-up. He grabbed the tights because why not?
Yeah.
Backstage, we have an interview with Shawn Michaels, and you can see here all the original DX members, Rick Rude, Chyna, Triple H, and he, as in Shawn Michaels, delivers a very cocky speech where he sarcastically makes fun of the coveted European title and delivers with a very nice line, "Ain't nobody crazy enough to do this gig except for the Heartbreak Kid." We get some awesome visuals of the cage coming down following that. The winner of this match would become the #1 contender for the world title at Survivor Series. Sexy Boy plays, and Shawn is hated by the crowd, while Taker gets a big pop. And here we see Shawn coming down to the ring with Triple H. Shawn in the ring posing. Taker with the dark lights and the cage around him looks really cool. The cell, of course, is lowered, and during the Taker's entrance, he lifts his arms up and the lights go on really quickly. Shawn is scared. He's running around the ring. Match starts with Taker stalking Shawn around, and he nails him with a boot to the head. Taker tosses him into the turnbuckle 3 times for a choke slam. Shawn fights back with some stiff punches. Taker whips him into the corner. Shawn will flip upside down and bounce off so he can be drilled by a clothesline. That gets a 2 from Taker. Taker, yeah. I'm going to go through this whole match. I'm sorry. This needs to be done. This is one of the greatest matches of all time.
Okay, yes, Aaron. Come on.
Yeah. Jesus.
All right, we get it. It's your second favorite match of all time.
All right.
Hey, I got a question for you. I really hate to put you on the spot. Do you know where the concept of the Hell in a Cell came from?
Actually, no. Do you?
No.
Why do you do that?
What? Why did I want to see?
Why do you
It's your
do
second
that?
favorite match of all time. This doesn't even make my top 5.
What? Oh, come on.
It's not
Doesn't
even
make
my.
the top
I
5.
would put it in maybe. I mean, top 10. Not even. So no, I didn't really do a whole lot of research on this. But I can make something up if you want.
I'm assuming it was a Vince Russo idea.
No, yeah,
Or a Pat
maybe.
Patterson idea,
I don't
one of
know.
those
I
two.
mean, it seems like a very basic kind of thing. They probably got it a little bit from War Games, I guess, right? Like the steel cage with the roof on top.
Yeah. It's probably possible. Vince probably took the War Games and thought, okay, how can we make this better? How can we make this more visually better? Because Vince was notorious for hating the War Games concept. He didn't like
Which
the way
I
it
agree
looked.
with him on. I didn't like that. I don't like it either. It doesn't make any sense to me. The match doesn't mean anything until the last guy gets into the ring. So there's no point to the first part of the match at all.
No.
I agree with Vince. I don't agree with him on a lot of stuff.
No, but this is one. Yeah, no, I
But
agree.
this is
I
one
agree.
where I'll give it
Yeah.
to him. Yeah. Like he's got this whole thing where he likes to poop on people. I do not agree with that.
No.
But I do agree with the Hell in the Cell concept and War Games being stupid.
Nice.
Thank you.
Here you go.
Okay, sorry. Go on, please.
That's okay. So yeah, the crowd actually starts a make him bleed chant towards Shawn. We will definitely see that later. Taker will whip Shawn into the ring post again. He punches him into the ribs. Looks like kind of like what a boxer does, hitting a bag in the gym. He picks Shawn up and tosses him around like a rag doll into the ring post again, and into the cell again. Jesus, yeah, it's just a really dominant Undertaker here. Shawn is thrown into the ring steps. Taker sends him into the cage, but Shawn bounces off, ducking a clothesline, and hammers Taker with several punches. As Shawn tries getting Taker inside the ring, he is met by a stunner over the top rope, which Michael sells as if he were shot out of a cannon. Taker is standing on the apron. Shawn gets up and shoves him into the cage, finally giving Michaels control of the match. And he'll take the ring steps and drive him into the spine of the Undertaker. Shawn will fly through the middle ropes with a plancha, ramming Taker's head into the cell. Shawn climbs up top of the cage and drops an elbow in a very cool spot. Follows that up with a clothesline off the apron. Goes for the pile driver, but he can't get him up, and he almost botches the move. Michaels will actually recover and then deliver a vicious-looking pile driver on the ring steps. It looked awesome. It sounded awesome. The cameraman starts getting in the way, and we can hear Shawn yelling, "Get the F away from me." The cameraman is too stubborn and gets close again, and Shawn starts kicking him and just beats the out of this poor cameraman. At this point, Earl Hebner has to open up the door to the cell and get the guy out, and as he does, Shawn escapes the cage. The excitement is building up as they are outside the cell, and Shawn is in control. The dropkick sending Taker into the cell, but he gets greedy. He goes for it again, and Taker stops him there. At this point, Michaels actually has a razor blade, and he's on his back, and he cuts himself in mid-move as Taker slingshots him.
Yes, classic.
Into the cell, yeah, and it's one of the greatest blade jobs ever. It's crazy how he's able to pull it off so seamlessly, and Shawn is a bloody mess. He will then Shawn will then hit a low blow and climb to the top of the cage because it's the only place to get away from Taker. As Shawn climbs, Taker follows him, and the crowd is just getting louder and louder with each step that the Taker takes. Taker hits Michaels with the back body drop on top of the cell to a big pop, follows it up with a face grind into the cage where Shawn actually bleeds onto the camera, which is inside the ring looking up. Really cool.
Yeah.
Then eventually Taker punches Shawn, and he's hanging off the side of the cage, and Taker stomps on his hands, and we hear incoming from Jerry Lawler as Shawn Michaels plummets all the way to the announce table. And this spot is probably shown 700 times in a row, just over and over and over again. It's pretty much the biggest bump in WWF history up to this point. Mick Foley will top it in next year's Hell in a Cell, but up to this point, this is the biggest bump in history. Yeah. Taker.
It still holds up. I mean, even though Mick really goes overboard with his, and he knew that he had to, it's still like an awesome bump.
Oh yeah, it's great. And Taker hip tosses Michael onto the broken table, and blood is just everywhere. JR is saying he's never seen anything like this in his life. He's been broken in half. Taker drags Shawn inside the ring, and they lock the cage for the second time. The crowd is hot. Taker delivers a choke slam off the top rope. Shawn is helpless as Taker brings a chair and absolutely demolishes Shawn's brains with a vicious chair shot to the head, to the delight of the crowd. This is his revenge for the chair shots he took at SummerSlam and on Raw. And as you can see here, it looked awesome. Taker signals for the end, to the delight of the crowd again, but the lights go out. The organ plays. The building is engulfed in red, and there's a familiar person. Through hell, fire, and brimstone, it's Paul Bearer. Oh my God. And it's Kane. Vince with the famous line, "That's gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane." Kane rips the door off its hinges, tosses Hebner into the cage, and stares the Undertaker down. Kane sets the ring posts on fire. Taker looks away and is met with a kick to the gut and a tombstone from the Big Red Machine. Paul Bearer throws water on the referee so he can count the pinfall. Shawn crawls on top of Taker out of a pile of his own blood, and he gets the 1, 2, 3. And he gets the title match at Survivor Series. Holy crap. Monumental match in history. 30 minutes of pure awesomeness. As you can see here, Shawn is being dragged away down the aisle, and it's just a bloody mess. This match is the only In Your House match ever to get a 5-star rating from Meltzer, and he would not give the WWF another 5-star rating for another 14 years until John Cena and CM Punk.
Yeah.
There
you go. Aaron, expert storytelling on that.
Thank you.
Good job. You left it out on the line. It's great.
I hope the fans enjoyed that. Just reading that got me pumped. Go back and watch this match, folks. Go back and watch. It's on YouTube in its entirety.
Is it? Yeah, the WWE is good for that. They got a lot of their classic stuff up on their website, hey?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So, anything else to add? Do you agree with the sentiment that it is a one match pay-per-view?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. The other matches, none of them are even passable, huh?
God, there's literally not another match on that show that's watchable. It's all garbage, trash. It's all about that main event in the Hell in a Cell.
There you go. Okay, so let's, with that in mind, let's close it up for the Chronicles for another week. glasses are fogging up. Why don't you do us a favor and pay the piper? Epic Shirts.
Do you want a little excitement in your life? Want to make your friends go, "That's so sick, I want one"? Then go to epicshirts.ca and get yourself an Epic Wrestling t-shirt. Use promo code BWFWRESTLINGPOD to receive 10% off your order. Remember, if you're not wearing an Epic t-shirt, your shirt is probably just below average. Besides retro wrestling pay-per-views and event posters, matches, and wrestlers, such as the new Shockmaster t-shirt, epicshirts.ca has t-shirts for every category imaginable. They have 80s and 90s retro, anime, sports, all kinds of animals, celebrities, classic movies, and more. Remember, use BWF.
It's a little Bruce Lee. Even a little Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, little Bruce. Look at Bruce making an appearance. Yes. Remember, if you want a Bruce Lee t-shirt, use that BWF Wrestling Pod promotional code and receive 10% off your order. epicshirts.ca. Get yourself an Epic shirt Get yourself an Epic shirt today. Almost had it.
So good. I mean,
so good.
I wouldn't even say that's a whiff. You did a great job, Bish. Now we are going into our King of the Ring finals. Is that right? Or no, semifinals? What are we at this week for our? I'm not going to play the music. I got to save the music for where it's appropriate. But
yeah,
what do we got? We got we're down to the final four, final eight.
Final four, and we have the results for the final four.
Okay, Bish. So thanks to our friends at Epic T-Shirts, we are now moving closer towards deciding who is the ultimate King of the Ring. Why don't you tell the fine people at home how the people in the BWF Nation voted last week and what our final round, I guess, is going to look like.
Yeah, so we had King Mabel versus Owen Hart, the King of Hearts, in one match. And with 100% of the votes, Owen Hart, the King of Hearts, will be moving on to the finals.
Okay.
In the other semifinal match, we had Bret the Hitman Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. And in a cruel twist of fate, Stone Cold Steve Austin somehow pulled out the victory in the end. Bret was winning all week. I assumed it was going to be Bret. I even wrote in the format Bret Hart versus Owen Hart.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed because you said in the format that you didn't care who was going to win. You're giving it to Bret. So I admire that you did the right thing. Look, I don't agree with it either. Stone Cold Steve Austin, great wrestler, had a great speech, not a great King of the Ring. He didn't, as I keep saying, he didn't wear that crown once.
Didn't wear the crown, didn't defend the crown, had nothing to do with King of the Ring. Didn't call himself a king, no.
King
exactly.
Steve Austin.
So I was really looking forward to a Bret Hart versus Owen Hart final, but instead we get Owen Hart, the King of Hearts, versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Really? And that's our finals, hey?
That's our finals, man, yeah.
That's interesting. I'm kind of happier than if Bret was there, actually. Because I'm curious how people are going to go with this. To me, it's got to be Owen. But
sorry, it's not the finals. I'm so sorry. God. It's not the finals. I know I'm so bad. It's not the finals. It is Owen Hart and Stone Cold. But that being said,
all right. So we got more.
Yeah.
All right.
But that being said, we have the Macho King Randy Savage versus King Haku.
Is the other one
mixed up? That's the other one.
Okay, so wait now, but you never said who those guys. Who did Haku beat?
Haku beat King Kurt Angle, 73% to 27%.
This is ridiculous. All right, this is ridiculous. This man. What are the people doing on this? Like, how did he beat Kurt Angle? Kurt Angle almost became a 2-time, and Kurt wore. They're just going with the fact that this guy was tough behind the scenes. I guess we got this weird thing where people are treating one particular person as if he's in a real fight, and who would he beat in a real fight, and then everything else is kayfabed. So I don't get it. And then Macho, who did Macho beat?
Macho beat King Harley Race.
Yeah, okay,
92%
that makes
to
sense.
8%. Yeah, that was a landslide. And
Yeah.
we've got quite a few comments from everybody. So anybody who left a comment when you voted, thank you so
Anything
much.
interesting on there? Did anybody say anything other than? Did anybody
Pretty
say
much
anything other than what they
saying
voted for?
Haku would beat anybody up, as you just said.
See,
and
is that what they're saying?
Yeah, that was one of the comments. Yeah,
Oh
and
my
of course,
God.
Macho King. Oh yeah, but yeah, anybody who left a comment will be entered to win a T-shirt at the
Even
end
if
of
it's
this
a
tournament.
dumb comment like Haku could beat anybody up in a match.
Any comment, leave any
Oh,
comment. You could
man.
just it doesn't matter.
You're too
Say
sweet.
whatever you want. You're entered
just
to win.
too sweet.
Too sweet. But yeah, there
Okay,
you go.
Aaron, where are we going next?
After we have this tournament, we are going to do the real Oh no, sorry, we have trivia. We have trivia
Okay.
and punishments.
Here we go. All right. What we've all been waiting for. Well, all right. Gosh darn it. So as we promised last week, we are doing this labors. We're doing the labors challenge again, where we're every time we get something wrong, you move ahead in the thing, and you move up, and you don't want to move up because moving up is more punishments.
Listen, I thought we were doing the point system here. I thought we are doing like the first to 50 points, first to person to get 50 trivia points. Wins.
Okay. Well, I thought that we were going to
each week the loser will have to be punished.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, we're going to do trivia each week, but I really think that this labors thing is catching on. People know us by this. People are intrigued by this format. It's really kind of in a podcast where we are ripping everybody else off. This is our thing. This labors challenge. So I vote keep the labors going, baby.
Fair enough.
So
all
yes.
Right. So, basically, sorry, I'm going to cut you off. But basically, we're going to be doing trivia each week, and we're going to be punished, basically. And each week, we're going to be moving up that ladder.
That's right. It's spicy. It's a spicy challenge. So now, I haven't received mine in the mail, but Aaron got his yesterday. And it's the Jelly Belly fiery challenge kind of thing. And so if it's not if you lose per question, right? Or are we doing lose per question?
No.
It's just one at the end. So
we're
going to go back and forth for 3 questions. And then next week we're going to get Andrew to come up with the trivia questions so that we don't have to do this anymore.
It took me 6 hours to come up with 5 questions. I shit you not. It took me so long. It was the bane of my existence this week.
So what I got as a equivalent is it's called a pencil pepper. It's 3 out of 5 on the scale. I'm not going crazy on this because with each week we will get hotter and hotter stuff. And then Aaron, can you show what the sort of penultimate fiery challenge is?
The penultimate fiery challenge.
The second last thing. So yes, it's the Little Nitro, world's hottest gummy bear. That's going to be like the big thing. And then, as is tradition with the labors, the ultimate thing is it's whatever we choose, right? It's like a humiliation or a bad thing. So last time I sold Aaron's title belt on him. And the other side was if I had lost, then we would have played some of our old BWF wrestling tapes from back in the day of us wrestling in Bishop's basement when we were children.
20 years.
Let's say.
20 years
we don't need to put an actual date on this. And so we'll keep it a secret this year. Aaron's already got something ready in the chamber for me. I don't know what it is. I haven't figured out what I would do to Aaron, but we'll have something that'll be at the end of this whole thing. So it'll probably be around Christmas time, I guess, by the time this is all sorted out, unless it's a runaway one way or the other.
Yeah, nice little Christmas gift for everybody.
There
This
you go.
gummy bear, by the way, this MFer is 9 million Scoville, which is 900 times hotter than your jalapeno pepper.
That's right. That's right, baby. All right.
But
So
yeah,
I think we said this off air, but one of the things that we were doing last time was just we were raw dogging hot sauce in these challenges. We didn't do any research, and then Aaron almost died on air when he did a shot of it. His throat closed up because it's vinegar based.
maybe we can get a quick video of that and post
We
it.
can throw that in there, yeah.
Yeah.
We did get a lot of views out of it. We certainly exploited it. So, anyways, this year we're not we're doing gummy bears and jelly beans. But
Yes, jelly beans such as these here. These are all different flavors. They're all different levels of hotness. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun ride. Each week we'll just get hotter and hotter.
all right, here we go. Question 1. So we're going back and forth, one question each.
Yeah,
For 3 questions. So 6 in total, right?
correct. You can go first if you wish.
All right. All right, Aaron.
Do you want me to ask you first?
No, I got it here.
Okay.
Okay. This match was the final Bad Blood to feature a Hell in a Cell match. What was the final Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood before this year, before 2024?
I can't remember if Seth and the Fiend were in a Hell in a Cell in Bad Blood. I don't think, because the Bad Blood pay-per-view hasn't been around for a while. So it's probably going to be 2005, I'm thinking, maybe. Triple H and Shawn Michaels is in my head. Was there any Bad Blood after 2005? 2004 was... No, sorry, 2005 was Batista and Triple H. 2004 was Shawn and Triple H. Was there any in 2006? 2007? I don't think so. My final answer is Batista and Triple H.
Aaron, I'm sorry. So I mean, you threw me for a loop there, but I what I have is Shawn Michaels Triple H.
That's 2004.
At 2004, yeah, and I don't know when the Batista Triple H match, Hell in a Cell is.
Was that not Bad Blood?
But I don't think it was a Bad Blood. Just do a quick.
It was. Wait a minute.
Vengeance.
No, Triple H. Vengeance. Ah.
There you go. All right, bud.
Good one. All right.
All right.
Question number 1. It's well known that AJ Styles was wrestling for WCW in his dying days. He was in a tag team with Air Paris. What was their tag team name? Was it Airborne, Airflow, Air Raid, or Airtime?
Air Raid. Final answer.
Correct.
Yes. Wow.
God
Where'd you
damn.
come up with that one? I mean,
I got some good ones.
I was kind of concerned that we were going to both have Bad Blood questions.
No, I got no Bad Blood questions. I'm kind of disappointed that you got that so quickly, though. It took me a long time to come up with that question.
I love AJ Styles. Come on. Okay,
Right.
so the final WWE pay-per-view where Kane wore his mask was in a Bad Blood match. Who was the match against? Was it Kane versus RVD versus Benoit versus Jericho versus Edge?
Kane. It was a Bad Blood match and not Bad Blood pay-per-view.
No, Bad Blood pay-per-view.
Kane fought Benoit at Bad Blood pay-per-view, so I'll say Kane.
Wow. Yes.
Or Benoit, sorry. Yeah, perfect. Sweet. Okay, question.
Go ahead.
Number 2 for you is going to be, which has the highest Meltzer rating match, or the highest Meltzer match rating for a Shawn Michaels match in 1996? Is it HBK and Diesel, HBK and Mankind, HBK and Bret Hart at WrestleMania, or HBK and Owen Hart in your house?
Now, Aaron, this is a great question. I think it would be Mankind. I think generally everybody sort of thinks of that match as being his best match. But Meltzer is such a mark for Bret and Shawn. I can't remember if he overrated that Iron Man match at WrestleMania or not. I don't remember the Owen Hart match and the Diesel match. I don't remember that one either.
Diesel, yes, you do. That was the good friends.
Oh, right,
enemies.
Diesel's last match, which I think
Diesel's
Meltzer
probably
liked too.
one of Diesel's best matches ever.
I am going to stick with Mankind.
Sorry, I'd leave that out.
Nice.
God. Yeah. 4.75 for Mankind. Brett,
number 2?
HBK and Brett was not up there. I think he only gave that 3 stars or something like that. It wasn't very highly rated.
Proper thing. Okay. Now, I think you need to get this in order to stay in it, right?
It's 2-1 for you right now. So, yeah.
This is your last question.
Let's do it.
So, as established, or maybe not established, but Chris Benoit was world champion in pay-per-view. I think he fought Kane, right? That's what we established on the last one.
Yeah.
Now, Chris fought 2 matches that night. Did you know that, Aaron?
Vaguely remember, yeah.
And he fought in the opening match. It was in a tag team match for the tag team championships. And it was Chris Benoit and who to go against the tag team championships? It was Chris Benoit and Edge, Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit and Shawn Michaels, or Chris Benoit and Shelton Benjamin.
You're going to see Eugene in one of those. Sorry, can you say the Benoit and Edge, Benoit and Michaels, Benoit and who?
Benoit and Eddie, Benoit and Shelton.
It wasn't Shelton and it wasn't Eddie. Oh, God, I was thinking it was Eugene this whole time and you didn't say Eugene. Benoit and Edge, final answer.
You live.
You
stopped it. You almost swore there. You stopped
I did.
It.
I stopped myself, yeah.
All right, but still, I have to get this one, or we go into sudden death. Let me just transition. Go ahead, Aaron.
Which has the highest Meltzer match rating?
It took you... Hold on now. Stop. It took you 6 hours to come up with these, and you're giving me Meltzer rating questions?
These are... I didn't know what else to do, so I had to dig into the Meltzer ratings. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's only two. I only have 2.
Okay, anyways. I mean, the last one was pretty good, I got to say. So, go ahead.
I think this is just as good. Which has the highest Meltzer match rating for a Shane McMahon match? Is it Shane versus Shawn Michaels from Saturday Night's Main Event? Shane versus Vince at WrestleMania 17? Shane versus Kurt Angle at King of the Ring? Or Shane versus Test at SummerSlam 99? Before you laugh. That's
no,
a pretty
I know.
Good,
that match was good.
Yeah.
That might be the right answer. Because you're being silly.
Mm-hmm. I like to be silly, yeah.
Now, to me, it's between Oh man, I could really trying to figure out what you're thinking on this is what's throwing me. To me, it would be him and Angle or him and Test. Um,
You don't think it could be Shane and Vince at Mania 17? Or even Shane and Shawn? No?
Well, I mean, Vince, yeah. I mean, it could be. It could be that because it is whatever Shane's highest rated match is, which it very well could be. But I don't think that that would have been higher than the Kurt Angle match. The only thing to me, it's hands down Kurt Angle. But I don't know if again Meltzer got turned off by those spots going through the panes of glass and not going through the first couple of times like were technically botches and it's hard to think. But I am going to say that match. I'm going to say Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon.
Correct.
Yes. Hold on now. And then
Do I get a chance to tie? Do I get a chance to tie at least? No, I get a chance to tie? No? What is this?
No, I went first. Wait now. How many questions did I ask him?
You changed the order. You answered the first one first, and then it got flipped around.
So I do get a chance.
How many? I asked you 3 questions, though.
Two, right? There's 2.
No.
Or was it 3?
No, I asked you what was the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
I asked you who did Kane fight, and I asked you the Chris Benoit tag team thing.
Yeah, you got it. You win.
Okay. My God. Thank God for Andrew. Because you would have gotten away with that. You'd have screwed around so much. Now, Aaron, so what I'd like to see is let's just try what it would look like with just the one bean, the habanero, or no, the
sriracha?
The sriracha bean.
The lowest one. Here we go. Sriracha bean. I cannot take anything to drink as per the rules.
That's right.
Here we go.
Now, does it even taste good?
No.
I don't like sriracha.
It tastes like sriracha. I'm not a big fan.
No.
I mean the chewing in the microphone here, but
that's fine. People like it.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Little bit. It's kicking a little bit now, but little heat, but not bad.
Okay. Now, do you want to maybe get a couple of those together and throw them down the hatchet? Let's try and get let's try and get the fans.
Make sure I get the right ones here. All right, let's do 3 more.
All right.
Don't want to ruin my dinner, my supper.
What are you having for supper?
Spaghetti. Okay, here we go.
There you go. 3. Yes. Down the hatch.
Tastes like
Oh, yeah.
Yuck. Oh, they taste like garbage. Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
I'm not sure if I'm seeing a little bit of shine coming up on the forehead here.
A little bit.
Is it getting a little hot?
A little bit.
Oh yeah. All right. Great.
Okay, folks. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So let's go to the real deal and.
Drooling a little bit now.
There you go. All right.
Okay, I thought we would start the real deal this week. A little something different. I've found a Facebook page called Inside Wrestling and Out. This is a great Facebook page. They have a lot of really cool pictures. We're going to start off here. As you can see, Hulk Hogan is body slamming Andre the Giant. This is a fan picture taken. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Just amazing moment caught live. And then we scroll down, we have another Andre the Giant photo. He's in a bar here drinking with a fan.
James Ellsworth, it looks like.
Looks like James Ellsworth, doesn't it? Yeah. Just these candid shots. Look how young he is.
My glasses have been fogging up this entire thing. Bish, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I've not fogged up once.
No, but I mean, even with the thing, you know what? I bought these right before the show because I really thought that you were going to get me on these. I've been doing pretty good in trivia. I don't want to jinx it, but I think I'm going to take a bite of these pencil things just to see what happens. I mean, if you could do it, I can do it, right?
Yes, give her. I'll eat some more beans while I'm at it too.
Oh, that was a mistake. Wow. Oh my God. Wow. Well, I got to take the heat. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. Oh, man. That's just right on the tongue immediately. Why I do that? Oh.
You're a good sport. Attaboy. Do you want me to talk to the rest of these pictures while you suffer for a little bit? Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Whoa.
While we have Pat choking here, we're going to take a look at another action shot from WrestleMania 3. We have the Macho Man diving off the ring post onto Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And following that, we have a young stallion and Greg the Hammer Valentine. Look at that Greg Valentine. That's got to be from the early 70s.
Oh, man, that was... It's still going here. Like, I mean, I was going to buy a habanero pepper, and then I saw these things that were 3. And I mean, this is not good. Oh, sorry. Go on, Aaron.
Okay. Next, we see a candid shot of the British Bulldogs feeding Matilda a hot dog. I thought that was a cool little picture. And then after that, we have one with Bam Bam Bigelow and Vader from Japan after winning the Tag Team Championships, toasting to a beer. And we have, after that, the Big Boss Man in an action shot against the Ultimate Warrior. I don't know why. I really like this picture. I thought it was really cool, the way it looks. And
can we wrap this up? Why are you just putting in photos that you think you really like, Aaron? I'm dying here.
I'm showing the webpage or the Facebook page for these guys. Like,
oh my God. I took a drink. I had to take a drink and it's stinging. It stings.
All right. How about this? This last picture here with Jerry King Lawler and this young fan. Who do you think this young fan is?
It's Jeff Jarrett, okay?
It is Jeff Jarrett, yeah.
It's not story time with Bishop. Come on, man. Let's go home. Holy.
Oh my God! Do you want me to show one video
right now?
Do you want me to show one video and go home? That's it.
No, you do whatever you want. I gotta leave.
Holy shit!
I gotta get some milk.
Go get some milk. We'll pause it. We'll come back. It's fine.
No. Come on. I'm not gonna put that. Let's just do the thing.
All right.
What's the video?
Click on it. Show it.
I'm not doing this. This is Andrew. Oh, no, I can't stand by. I'm dripping sweat here. Holy. What video?
Just pick one.
Oh, my God. Just the bottom one.
Yeah, go to the bottom one. There you go. Pat's dying. We'll do this next week. Is the very bottom one?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Take us home, Pat, if you can.
No, what do you mean? This is you. Go ahead.
All right, we'll show the video as I'm talking. This is The Undertaker. He's doing a bunch of different tombstones when he first came into WWF, and it looks brutal. It looks like he's dropping each and every one of these guys directly on their neck. Oh, my God. So, oh, God, it just gets worse and worse. Anyway, I thought it was a cool video to see how The Undertaker started with the tombstone and how it progressed. Either way, Pat, you're dying. I'll take us home. Go check out our Patreon page. It's amazing. You'll see all kinds of shit.
Yes, it's amazing.
There.
Yes,
it's amazing.
Plug it. Come on. Oh my God.
All right, folks. We'll see you next week. Pat's dying. Take it easy.